It's time for another Kitsap County housing market update. My name is Nolan Reynolds, and I'm a real estate agent with Windermere Real Estate in Silverdale, Washington. Let's get started. Okay, let's start off looking at our average sales price, and I'd just like to note that this is in all of Kitsap County, and I have all property types selected here: residential, condominium, vacant land, farms and ranches, and manufacturers. So looking at these average sales prices, we can see that here in the summer of 2022 is when we saw our peak high. That was the highest that we've seen here in Kitsap County of all time. And here in Kitsap County, we see our highest average sales price in the summer, and then we see our lowest average sales price in the winter. And so what you may have heard me mention in our last video is that our winter lows have been slowly climbing. So looking here at February 2023, we saw 531,000, and then jumping to February 2024, we jumped up slightly to 534,000. February 2025, we jumped up to 570,000, and we just finished February 2026, we can see that that's 595,000. And after that peak high in the summer of 2022, we did see a taper off, but again, what we can note here is that our summer highs have been slowly trending upwards. June 2023, 658,000, July 2024, 675,000, and then July 2025, 678,000. So all of this information leads me to believe that this spring and summer, there's a very strong chance that we will see highs equal to or maybe even beyond those summer 2022 numbers, because we're seeing a slight upward tick in these other numbers over the last few years. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you're a home buyer, it means that home prices are unlikely to be coming down much in the short term. Now, long term, there's always a chance that the home prices come down, but in national news, it seems likely that interest rates will probably be coming down in 2026. Therefore, it's more likely that home prices will continue to gradually go up. Now, what does this mean for you if you're a home seller? If you've been waiting for the right time to sell, 2026 could be a really great spring and summer to do it. Now, of course, there's the potential that prices continue to go up in 27, 28, 29, and beyond, and you may miss out on some profits. But there's always a chance that those prices could go down too. What we can see is that this spring and summer 2026, it's very probable that we'll be seeing high average sales prices again. Let's dig a little more into the numbers. This is the total amount of homes for sale, again, all property types in Kitsap County. This follows the same trend: highs in the summer, lows in the winter. After that summer high of summer 2022, just over 1,000 total, we saw our next summer of 2023 have a decline, 909. But from there, we've seen that high climbing upwards, and same with our lows. So our high in 2024, just around 1,000, and then our high in 2025 up there at 1,159. This chart here shows us our average days on market, the average amount of days that a property spends on the market before it goes under contract. And so for our winter high, we've been averaging around the mid 50s, and then for our summer lows, we've been in the high 20s, low 30s. And lastly, let's take a look at the months of supply of inventory. We get this number by dividing the total number of active listings by the average number of homes sold per month. And generally speaking, 4 to 6 months is considered a fairly balanced, healthy market. And for summer highs since 2022, we've seen 2.3, 2.7, 3, and then most recently 3.4. So 3.4 is getting closer to that balanced market, but still on the lower end. Now this is a good one to zoom all the way out, looking all the way back to 2006. We can see that this chart looks a lot different from what we saw in the years previous. And so after the crash in 2008, we saw up to 15 months of supply. We slowly started working our way down from there, but it wasn't until about 2014, 2015 that we started to see that balanced range. And we can see that where we are currently is close to what we saw in 2017 and 2018. And so we still have a ways to go before we see a more balanced market. And that concludes this edition of the Kitsap County Housing Market Update. If you're looking to buy or sell a home here in the Kitsap or surrounding areas, I can help you put together an outstanding plan to help you accomplish your goals. Feel free to reach out to me directly anytime or click the link below for more information. Thanks for watching.